Canine Campovers, home boarding for the dog you love.
A lot of viewers out there may be wondering, is my dog a good match for your program? Tell me what you're looking for.
A good match at Canine Campovers is a well-socialized, non-destructive dog who can settle down in a home environment, no dog-on-dog or dog-on-human aggression issues, and that can be alone for a few hours at a time, because all our sitters, of course, have lives, but a dog's never going to be left all day. Few hours. A dog without too much separation anxiety. The dogs we can't board or that aren't the right matches are super high-energy dogs. So dogs that are great matches for us are well-socialized dogs who are spayed or neutered, up-to-date on their vaccinations, who can get along with several other dogs and settle down in a home environment.
How many dogs at one time does a typical house have? Most
of our sitters would be caring for between 1 and 3 dogs at a time. I have one sitter at present who has no pets of her own. But we're not able to board dogs who have aggression issues, and sometimes I get calls from people who say, well, if my dog is fine with people but doesn't like other dogs, and so as long as you have a sitter that only takes care of one, he'll be fine. Well, that puts our sitters in too big of a position in terms of liability, because so many people let their dogs off leash, and I can't have a sitter out walking on the street getting approached by a dog that's going to start a fight when she's out walking.
And let me ask you, what areas of the Denver here do you cover?
Our sitters are in Denver, Boulder, and we're moving up toward Fort Collins and all the towns in between. Our goal in the next couple of years is to be able to say that somebody will not live further than a 15-minute drive from a wonderful sitter match for them. So we've been in business, licensed by the state of Colorado since 1998, but the last year or so we're really expanding, and so our clients who live farther out in the Fort Collins and Denver areas won't have to come in so far towards Boulder, that our sitter base is more diverse. We're looking for new sitters because I get so many calls, more than we can sometimes handle, for people looking for this option for their dogs. So I'm just not willing to lower my standards on who my sitters are. So we appreciate any help that this might yield to get to people who are really die-hard dog lovers. Oftentimes the people who make the best sitters for us, they're oftentimes like 50, 60 years old, early retired, and they've had careers, and they really know what it means to be responsible, and they know what it means to follow through, pay attention to details, and they have the time now to spoil the dogs.
We're not talking about folks who just want to turn their place into a place for dogs on the weekend. This is really a lifestyle. What kind of people are you not looking for?
We really need sitters who are going to be available for those clients to come back over and over, and we need to be able to schedule people out, weeks and months. So people who are looking for full-time work outside just are not a match. We're very much looking for folks who are already have lifestyles at home, and they're already pretty stable financially.
When a person leaves on vacation, what are some of the alternatives for folks out there?
Well, people can kennel their dogs, and kennels have changed a lot in the last 10, 15 years. So there are kennels with play groups and agility yards and all kinds of wonderful facilities. People can call a sitter to come in and care for their pet in their own home. And for some pets, that works wonderfully. People can call us, and we can match a well-socialized and spayed or neutered vaccinated dog into one of our sitters' licensed homes, and we spoil them rotten. They live as if they were the sitter's own pets. So if you walked into one of our sitters' homes, you would have no way of knowing. If you walked in and, say, met 4 dogs, and the sitter said they had 2, you wouldn't know which 2 were the sitters and which 2 were the campers. The dogs really are truly our love. One of my other their sitters a little while back when a woman from Denver boarded her 2 pugs, and when she came back, she was really nervous about leaving them, and when she came back, the pugs kept running back to the sitter and sitting down and looking adoringly at their mom like, we're not sure whether to stay with her or go home with you. And that's common here. And we make those matches, which dog goes into which home, based on a really detailed conversation with each client about their dog's needs and personality and history. And if we don't have the right match, I'll refer people elsewhere. Our reputation and integrity depends on that.
So it's very important, that first meet and greet, when you basically get to meet both sides.
Come on. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's always a meet and greet visit that happens when we make that initial match, and that has to happen right up front. So unfortunately, we're not able to board dogs when people are coming into town from far away. They call us sometimes 2 and 3 months out and want to board their dogs the day they arrive. But we need to know that we have a really safe and well-socialized dog based on our assessment of the dog and not only the phone conversation.
It's nice because the dog owners out there have a guilt-free experience. Basically, when you go online there, you read the testimonials of people who have just been happy with the whole experience, and before they didn't have that. Let me ask you, how do they keep in touch with their dogs? Are they able to call? How does that work?
Sure, they're able to call anytime, but people are welcome to stay in touch by email or telephone with their sitters. Most of us will send pictures while on the campover. This is Pepper. We've been sending pictures to France. Well, his mom he's here with his 2 siblings, but he's kind of the biggest squish of the 3 because he's blind and he depends the most on the personal attention.
The dogs are going to have a good time enjoy, kind of like their home, so it doesn't feel like they went to somewhere extremely different for them. And folks, keep in mind their website is at the bottom of the screen right there as well. You can get the information there. They even have a Facebook as well. You can check out the testimonials. Now, obviously, one of the prerequisites is loving dogs, but you take it a step further. You're talking about a licensed home here, talking about professional dog sitter. Tell me a little bit about some of these dogs.
That was Chamberlain in the background, Chamberlain the Beagle. He's a regular here. And so this here is Pepper. I've mentioned a little bit about him. He has 2 siblings that are here at camp with us right now, too. That's Addie and Starlet. And up here on top of the sofa, that's Pip. He is a little pistol. You want to come say hi, Pip? Come on. Come on, Pip. This is Pip. You can see him sing "I'm at camp." If you go to our Facebook page, he sings. So
the dogs have to be able to play with one another as well, and they have to get along in a group environment like that because of the fact that no bullying allowed.
Oh, absolutely. You got a key word there. I get people who call once in a while and they say, oh, yeah, my dog will pin a dog once in a while at the dog park, but he never hurts him, so he's fine. And I say, no, that kind of bullying behavior just doesn't fit here at camp.
Once again, folks, that information, bottom of the screen right there, Canine Campovers, wonderful place to take your pet out there. And if you're someone out there that is a dog lover and you would love to become part of the Canine Campover network, you can basically contact them on the bottom of the screen as well and make your home one that's inviting and lovable to dogs out there. And Sherry, let me ask you one last time, if there was something out there you wanted to share with the people of thinking about bringing their pet to you, what's one last word you tell them?
If you're going out of town, you have a well-socialized dog who can settle down in the house, and you want your dog loved up by somebody who's got both the heart and the boundaries, give us a call, 303-998-1111 until 9 p.m. Canine Campovers covering Boulder, Denver, Fort Collins, and all the communities in between.
Wonderful. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.